ran a search warrant to make sure that Durk residents didn't have any illegal guns, weapons, or other information or evidence to possible crimes.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, today we want to speak on this shooting that occurred at Lil Durk's gated community home out there in Atlanta, man. I'm not gonna say the location. It kind of slipped out before. You know, a couple people know, a couple people don't. It is what it is. But I wanted to talk about this whole situation because also the feds got involved, and that's kind of strange in itself. I ain't gonna lie, man, it's looking kind of bad for your boy Lil Durk and the whole OTF because, like I told y'all before, even if Lil Tim and Quando Rondo have nothing to do with anything that happens to Lil Durk, the fans are going to automatically assume in situations like this concerning shots being fired around Lil Durk that Quando and Rondo and Lil Tim have some type of ties to it. Now, I explained before that it's a gift and a curse. However, the time we're living in, a lot of these guys would take credit for something whether they did it or not, as long as it feeds the whole gangster / thuggish persona. And I bring this up because already I've seen fans and everyone else already mentioning Quando and Lil Tim being affiliated with this situation when no suspects have even been found checked. Alright, now I don't encourage any violence or negativity that's going to land Durk in jail. However, at some point, he's going to have to do something because all them tough lyrics and shoot 'em up propaganda and them songs are being tested day by day, and he's looking like he's not really the guy he portrays himself out to be. And no, I'm not saying do something stupid to land himself in jail, but this is the life you chose to portray in his music, so this is the life he has to really live when situations come to surface. And it's unfortunate, but you can't be a cold-hearted gangster one breath and then the next you talking about moving smart and not going to jail and caring about things like that, because that's not what it's supposed to be when you're portraying the image like it is cold-hearted gangster. Alright, and that's what this life comes with. You gotta slide or something. Either that or stop rapping about dead homies, because it's starting to begin. It's starting to be like a dead record. You see what I'm saying? A repeating record that just go on, but we're seeing no action. Alright, your boy Pooh Shiesty even threw a slick little jab, a little subliminal on the same song that Durk was on when he said you should not wear no RP shirts if the killer ain't dead or something like that. And mind you, Lil Durk have been wearing V-Roy hats. You know, at one point he had I think a jacket on in the same video that I'm referring to. Get it back in blood. So, you know, interesting enough, I'll explain a story in which DJ Academics explained it and point out some things that we over here at Hookahs Anonymous been saying. It's just coming to light now, and it involves them people that he has around him, man, just like we've been talking about before. Now, before I get to the topic, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content, and join the latest gang on YouTube to keep up with some of the real. Alright, make sure y'all hit that like button because, you know, that's how the content keep flowing, and that's how we get bigger. Now, let's get straight into it. Now, DJ Academics was the first person to actually break the story. I give it to him. Earlier on today, he went live on Twitch, I believe, and began telling his audience that he has some news. Now, he began to tell him that it was about Lil Durk and that he's the #1 blogger in the world, so this is why he has the news first. The other bloggers are lazy. He knows people all over the world. He knows the neighbors that's close to Durk and his gated community. You know, all that blah blah. All right, now I'm gonna play it. He went on to say this.
So early Sunday morning, and this is information that I'm getting. Lil Durk's house or residence in Atlanta had heavy police presence and was possibly raided due to an investigation about a shooting and other crimes. Now, I'll give you the source because I know y'all lazy, so I'm gonna give you the source. I won't say where he lives at. Y'all know I know wherever I live at, right? But I won't say where he lives at, but he lives in a gated community in Atlanta. And through people who were his neighbors, who were very confused why there was so much police presence, and they said there was an alleged shooting around where he lived at. By the way, in this whole thing, to be fair, they say since it happened close to his house. By the way, this is a gated community, which is a little concerning. They call him the victim. His neighbors, his HOA association, people that live in that neighborhood have reported it to me. Be like, yo, Durk lived down there. There was mad cops. FBI came in. They were trying to execute search warrants, this and third. I'm only telling y'all this now because it has not hit the news. And of course, you know, these media outlets, they're so lazy. They got to get it from my stream before they even dig it up. So go dig it up. It happened Sunday morning. And obviously there was no arrest made. But I do think it's a little bit concerning that police are looking or even around Durk like that at this moment. I'm going to pray for him. I'm not going to, this ain't a connect the dot connect for, but just to be clear, Atlanta police Sunday morning had heavy presence around Durk's gated community. It's a private community. I won't tell you where it is. Where they were investigating a shooting and possibly ran a...
So, okay, let's point out a few things. In a previous video I did on Lil Durk, I told y'all to watch the people close to Lil Durk because a lot of them are actually savages and it's not easy to tame savages. One thing about some guys that are savages is this: they're going to make sure you protect it as long as you feeding them. Alright? Now the minute you stop feeding them or you treat them any other kind of way that makes them feel a type of way toward you, they're going to turn their back on you because they know you not really like that in the first place. Not to mention, we've witnessed Durk talk to some of the guys close to him nasty on stage during the performance anyway, cursing at him and all that. Alright, we also seen some OTF members such as Mimo 600 throw subs at Lil Durk while he was on live with 600 Breezy. You know, and it's not like we'll be surprised if it's a little tension going on over at the OTF camp, man. We're just not going to be surprised. To me, if you really look at what's going on over there, it seems like THF Zoo is really, you know, Durk's real, like, I ain't gonna say right hand because I don't know their situation, but their relationship seems a little more solid than anybody else's over there. But like I explained before, when you got some wolves around you, you can't trust them 100%. And a lot of the people around Durk seem like they only around because he's the actual bag. And I said in another video that the minute Durk is no longer the bag and somebody else comes on top, they're gonna flip on him. We watched them do that to Chief Keef. Not to mention, Chicago guys are known for acting like they're the bestest of friends on social media or to the public, but the whole time they really want each other's head. You gotta watch out, man. These guys, you know, they've been around the block a couple times. Look at THF Zoo and Melly, 051 Melly. Look at King Vaughn and K.I. Alright, now I know y'all like, yo, Hookah, where you going with this one, right? Well, here I go. Some of us already know that Durk lives in a gated community, which means that any and everybody going in and out of that place is closely monitored by someone before they even enter. Now, a lot of gated communities usually have their own police and all that as well. So the question here is, how was an individual that fired the shots close to Lil Durk's house able to even get that close to his house in a gated community? Unless he was close to Lil Durk himself already. Now, before y'all get in the comments saying it could have been a fellow resident or whatever, y'all right. Anything is possible. but the chances of another resident of a gated community shooting up the place that they actually live in too is very, very rare. Alright, it's not that type of community. And let's not act like this behavior is far-fetched, because we've also seen the same behavior happen when Boss Top flipped on Chief Keef when they were good friends and ended up running in his house, taking Chief Keef's daughter's clothes, his jewelry, and his car as well. Them savages would definitely flip on you. You gotta feed them wolves or you're gonna become a plate yourself. But now let's move on to some other possibilities. And this is the most interesting part, because some things are starting to align themselves, and I'm going to break it down to you right now. Listen to this. DJ Academics explained that there were also federal agents along with police officers in which the feds executed a search warrant on the house to make sure there were no illegal firearms or anything else in the house. Now, said Durk was identified as the victim, being that this shooting took place near his home. So of course he's going to become the victim, because they shot around his gated community home. It's not like he brought the tension or anything like that, right? So being that he is the victim, why would they execute a search warrant on his property when it's been solidified that he himself was the victim? As a matter of fact, I'm gonna give you a good one. Why was the feds even present on an issue like this? Why were the federal agents popping up at Lil Durk's gated community home for an issue such as this? They do not come out for matters like this. I don't know how many of y'all know the feds or know how they work. It do not happen like this. Regular police supposed to show up, but not the feds. Unless there's probably an ongoing investigation already coming about or going on. So why were the feds even there? Now, let's take into consideration that 2 weeks ago, FBG Duck's mother came out and announced that the feds have picked up Duck's case. And ever since then, we've seen Lil Durk taking down his song with Pooh Shiesty Should Have Ducked out of nowhere, and it had 13 million views, but that was the first song in which he came out and he was actually dissing Duck. And reports have said that he has taken down any and anything else that has something to do with FBG Duck and him dissing Duck on the internet. Now, I don't know how true that is, because I didn't dig deep and do that much research, but that's something else that we should be looking into. Then check this out. It just came out yesterday that they have documents that leaked that King Von was actually K.I.'s killer after all these years. And now guess what? The feds are showing up at Lil Durk's home issuing search warrant. Come on, man. Y'all better pay attention. Y'all better pay attention. Oh, and let's not forget when the feds raided O Block right after Boss Top made those very incriminating statements in that interview he did that has since been taken off of YouTube completely. Let's pay attention. Now, I don't know, man, but if you ask me, it's not looking too good for O Block and the whole OTF. I honestly, personally think that there might be some type of secret indictments underway, because there's too much things going on behind the scenes that just aren't adding up. All right, and I have a little more to say about the situation, but I'm not going to spill it all. I want to see where the situation actually goes first and then take it from there. I got a feeling I'll be dropping a part 2 or update on this very soon, so make sure y'all stay tuned. But until then, y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comment box below. Do y'all all feel, maybe the feds are closing in on Durk and the whole OTF? Or maybe it's just a coincidence? And what do y'all think about the whole shooting that was around Durk's house in a gated community, man? That's definitely something to think about, man. So let me know in the comment box below how y'all feel. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as y'all keep on watching, I'm gonna keep on dropping. And I'm out.